I'm Salina Amaro, owner of Cedar Rose Consulting. Today we're going to talk about choosing the right bookkeeper for you and for your business. The first topic when it comes to choosing right bookkeeper is making sure that you're using the right accounting software. Most clients these days, most small businesses use QuickBooks Online. If that's something you are using, do you know how to navigate it? Do you understand how to actually access the file? Do you know how to pull up basic reports? Do you know where your chart of account is? Do you know where your banking transactions are? These are all just really simple tools that you should know with all of your with any accounting software that you use. The other part when it comes to choosing a bookkeeper is ensuring that they're getting you monthly financials on a timely basis. Most of our clients here at Cedar Rose, we get financials issued out by about the 15th of every month. Some clients it's sooner depending on what their needs are, and for other clients sometimes it might be a little later if we're waiting on information. When you get your financial statements, you should also understand what you're getting. So are you getting a profit and loss statement? Are you getting a statement of cash flows? Are you getting a balance sheet? Are you getting a general ledger that helps see the detail behind all of these statements? And then even if you are getting all of them, do you actually understand what you're getting? So when you're looking at a profit and loss statement, can you easily tell what numbers are on that statement and the story that they're telling you? It's not that you necessarily need to have a one-on-one meeting every single month, but you should have them at least quarterly. And you should have an initial meeting with your bookkeeper when they do engage with you, just to go over these basics to make sure that when you do get these monthly financials, you can pull them up on your own and you can easily read the 5 or 6 points that you need to understand what's going on with your business. Let's also talk about the cost analysis. So should you have an in-house employee do your books, or should you outsource that to a bookkeeping firm? A lot of times this is one of the hardest things for business owners to actually commit to and to pay for, because it's essentially a sunk cost. So it's not as if you go out and you hire a salesperson who's going to go and bring you revenue and increase your top line. When it comes to a bookkeeping firm, it's not anything that you're going to get a return on investment from, at least not right away like you would a salesperson. But it is going to help you overall in understanding your financials. And so when it comes to in-house versus outsourced, a lot of times you're probably going to pay a fraction of the price when you decide to outsource the bookkeeping. The reason for that is it's not a full-time employee, so you're not paying full-time salary, you're not paying benefits, office space, equipment, all those other things that come with the staff. And you're only paying for a specific service. So we at Cedar Rose offer all kinds of bookkeeping services. So we offer as basic as just closing out the books every month and issuing financials, to more complex controller type services, which is providing forecasting and budgeting and really kind of a hands-on monthly meeting to understanding your financials. The cost difference between those can vary. But I would estimate that just right off the bat, maybe it'll cost you, $2,000 to $3,000 a month to have those controller type services. Well, if you multiply that out by a 12-month period, you're looking at about $24,000 to $36,000 a year for essentially a controller. Whereas if you went and hired a controller internally, that's going to cost you 6 figures easily in just the salary. So there's definitely an overall benefit to seeing what type of options you have in outsourcing when it comes to your bookkeeper. When it comes to outsourcing a bookkeeper, another benefit you're going to come into is their expertise and their flexibility. A lot of times when it comes to hiring an internal employee to do your accounting, you can't fill their work week 40 hours with all of your accounting needs. You're most likely going to have them doing admin. They're going to be some sort of an assistant to you, or they're going to, be answering phones, or maybe they fill an HR need, and then they also fill an accounts payable or accounts receivable need. Most likely this person is not going to be an accountant. They're not going to be trained in accounting. They're not going to know the ins and outs in your financials and what they need to be doing. It's going to be more of a basic knowledge, which for getting your books closed out at the end of the month is perfectly fine. But if you need that higher level expertise, if you need somebody who can actually send you the overall report and really get into the details to help you scale your business, outsourcing is really probably going to be most beneficial to you. This then leads into scalability. By having that outsourced bookkeeping service, you can focus more on scaling your business because you know what the numbers are, you know what they need to be, and this controller or bookkeeper can help you get to those figures or at least track as you go along with it. Another benefit that we have, at least here at Cedar Rose, is we also come with tax knowledge, right? Which a lot of times when you outsource to a bookkeeper, it's kind of just a, individual who maybe manages your books, or maybe it's a firm that only does bookkeeping. And a lot of times there's crossover between bookkeeping and tax. And so you then need to make sure that your bookkeeper and your tax professional are coordinating together, which doesn't always happen, or at least you're the one who has to mediate it. I would strongly suggest reviewing your financials at least quarterly, if not monthly. Definitely make sure that when you are getting financial statements, you know exactly what you're looking at and you can read those numbers. If you don't, then you either need to go back to your bookkeeper to make sure that they're explaining it to you, or maybe you need to find somebody else. Remember, here at Cedar Rose, we keep your books clean and we ensure that you understand your numbers so you can focus on growing your business.